Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode on Love Me JJ. I'm Sanusi Rebecca Titilayo, and I'm so excited to be live on the show today. And on Love Me JJ March edition is the Love G's, where I told you that I'll be hosting awesome guests on the first Sunday of March and the second Sunday of every month starting from March. And today is gonna be an awesome one because I have my guests with me, Mr. Ajala Oluwadamilola and Mrs. Ajala Miria, as they share with us their love stories. Now you're gonna be answering a couple of questions. How did you meet? How they met? They're gonna be telling us how they met, how long they courted before deciding to get married, how long do they think courtship should be before getting married. They will also be sharing with us the story of their marriage proposal, their take on how to find true love, and their advice to young guys and ladies like me on how to find true love. So I will need you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the response to the question.
Well, to the first question on how we met, I want my wife to first respond to it before I add something.
Okay, how we met. Okay, actually, we attended the same fellowship on campus, but while he was on campus, I was yet to gain admission. So by the time I gained admission, he has already graduated. But then, as an alumnus of the fellowship, it comes to visit us in the fellowship and all that. I think the alumni of the fellowship do send him to come and check on how we are doing and faring in the fellowship. So that was when I got to know him. But then we don't talk. The only thing we do then is good morning, sir, good afternoon, sir, and all that. He doesn't even know me, but I know him. You know, when it comes to address the fellowship, everybody will know him, but he will not know everybody. So, but I know him. In fact, and then he was on his master's. Yes, he was doing his postgraduate program. But I do see him on campus, and whenever I see him, I greet him, good afternoon, sir, good morning, sir, the likes. So then, but we never had any encounter, no. Until it was in 2015, yes. Then I was already through with my project. I submitted. So I was at home. Then I think I was on Facebook. Yes, I was online then. Then I saw his Facebook brought his pictures to me as friend suggestion and all that. When I saw, I was like, this brother. In fact, then I don't even think I know his name. I only know him as our senior brother in the fellowship and all that. So when I saw his picture on Facebook, I was like, this is this brother. So immediately I sent him a friend request, and he accepted the friend request immediately and confirmed it. So I was like, so there, right from there, we started talking. And he sent me his WhatsApp number. I sent him mine too. And we started chatting on WhatsApp. So from there, we moved on.
All right. From there, we became friends, and after a while, like another 3 months, I proposed. I made my intention known to her after three months that we've been friends. Then we started courting, after another 3 months. After another 3 months, we started courting formally. So we moved on. A lot of things during the courtship. The courtship lasted for 3 years. Am I right? For about 3 years before we eventually got married, and that was how it is. The courtship period, it was relatively long. The economic situation of the country and all of that, putting some things in place before you say you want to settle them. So that was how it was. That was how it was. On the third question, that's how long do we think courtship should last long before getting married? Well, let her respond first. And
To me, in my own opinion, there is no standard time, like 3 months or 3 years or 4 months or 4. No, there's no standard time for which courtship should last. Yes, it depends on how matured the parties are. When I say mature, I don't mean by age now. Yes, it depends on how solid their relationship has become. Depends on how far they can tolerate each other. Yes, it depends on how far they can cope with each other. Yes, it depends on how far they can manage each other's weaknesses. So that is it. So there's no standard time. It could be 6 months. It could be, in fact, it could be years, like 5 years, 6 years. So it depends on how, when when two people start courting, yes, they are growing together, yes. And the time of courtship is a time for you to know each other, to know, okay, if I can cope with this person or not, to know if I can cope with the weakness of the other party or not. So that is the whole essence of courtship. So there's no standard time. It depends on how matured the parties are. Yes. It depends on how solid their relationship has become. Yes. That is my own opinion.
Well, I also share similar opinion in the sense that I don't believe in long courtship. Anyway, a courtship of 6 months, 8 months, maximum 1 year is enough. But it all depends on the parties involved. It all depends on the parties involved. But I don't think a courtship should be more than a year. Because how long a courtship lasts does not determine the success of the marriage. So it depends on the parties involved, how matured they are. How mature they are in handling things. Now, to the next question. Can you share the story of your marriage proposal? What people do, the conventional thing about marriage proposal is that there will be a time when the guy will kneel down and present a ring to propose to his woman, that can you marry me and the likes. But truth be told, such a time never came forth in our own relationship, because right from the beginning of going into courtship, we've had getting married in view. So there wasn't a special time for will you marry me? No, because we weren't dating. We used the word courtship consciously. It wasn't like normal social dating due to our religious background. In fact, we don't even consider going into any relationship without having marriage or getting married in view. So we never had such ceremonial outing, ceremonial drama of marriage proposal. What do you have to say to that?
That's a fact. That's the fact. Yeah, the real fact. That is it. That is it.
So, my take on finding true love. Well, my take on finding true love. Well, on the question of finding true love. Now, we cannot find true love based on. Well, it depends on our definition of true love. But to me, finding true love Marriage and love affair is all about duties and responsibilities, and you able to make necessary sacrifices as at when due. When the Bible will talk, the Bible says, Apostle Paul said that husband, love your wife. And it talks to the wife that submits to your husband. When a man loves his wife, he will be able to make sacrifices and make every necessary provision that lies within his power for the woman. And if the woman too agrees to go with such a man, submission will not be a problem. So finding true love, every man knows what he wants in a woman. The first thing that appeals to him or her, and if the minimum condition for according to your own preferences are being met, then you must be ready to make sacrifices. You must be ready to show your woman love. You must be ready to make sacrifices. It is all about sacrifices, duties, and responsibilities. That is all. That is my take on.
Yes, for me, my take on finding true love, I feel as an individual, as a guy, as a lady, we should all work on ourselves. Yes. Many of us have the kind of guy we want to marry. Like, okay, for me, the kind of guy I want to marry should be this, should be that, should be this. But the question is, can you fit in to that kind of person's vision? And that is the question. So we all should work on ourselves. Yes, as a guy that is finding true love, work on yourself. Yes, and as he has said, that it's all about living a life of sacrifice for each other. See, there is no many people, for example, there are some ladies that, like, I have a friend, she said there's this friend she has. My friend is married today. She said if not that she broke up with that her friend, they were roommates when they were in school, that if not that she broke up with that her friend, she wouldn't have married the man she married today. Yeah, so because most people, what they do is, because my friend's relationship is like this, so my own relationship must either be like that or be better than that. My friend cannot take this in a relationship or in his relationship, so me too, I cannot. No, we should not be rigid. Yes, if we are looking for true love, we should not be rigid about some things. Yes, some things we just, like some guys will say, for me, I cannot do this for a lady. Some ladies will say, for me, I cannot take that shit from any guy. For you to find a true love, you have to live a life of sacrifice. In fact, truth be told, there are some things you may do that, funnily enough, you may not be able to tell even your best friend about it. There's something you would do, like, living a life of sacrifice for your spouse, for the person you want to get married to, or for the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Yes, so it's just all about working on yourself and living a sacrificial life for each other.
Okay, let's move to the last question. What is your advice to young guys and ladies out there on finding true love? Now, my advice to young guys and ladies on finding true love is, number one, both on the part of a young guy or a young lady, while looking and making your mind on a prospective person you want to settle down on, make sure you prioritize soft values and virtues, not things that would perish. Not he has money, he has this, he has that. I'm talking about attitude, behavior. The Yoruba believes that a good attitude is the essence of beauty. That iwa, lewa. that a good attitude is the essence, is the backbone of you qualifying someone